Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you're all doing well on this fine day. So today's video is going to be a little bit of an informative one, and I'm going to give you the top, how many are there? My top 6 best tips for makeup application that will change the game for you. Give them a try. You might find that they really work out for you and that they completely change the game. These tips are things that I've sort of carried with me throughout my makeup artist journey, and things that I will normally go to for every single face that I know I can pick these tips and they'll kind of work. And obviously makeup is such a personal preference kind of thing that I might think these tips are fantastic and you might do them on your face and think, oh, I just don't think they really work for me, and that's absolutely fine. Give them a go if you're struggling in these areas and you want a little bit of help. But yeah, let's just get into it, and here are my top 6 tips. So let's start with tip number 1. A lot of people ask me and have a lot of questions on how to cover up acne, how to cover up spots, how to cover up scars. You can probably see I've got a beautiful little mountain on the bottom side of my face. The one thing I will say, if you have raised texture on your skin, that isn't unfortunately something makeup's ever going to cover. I'm sorry to tell you, but there's definitely ways that we can get rid of the colour, that we can take down any kind of redness or inflammation on the skin, things like that. So my favourite tip that I've found for covering up particularly red spots is I'll take a really full coverage concealer that dries down pretty matte after about 1 or 2 minutes. Now I'll apply a thin layer of that over the affected area, so whether that be over a spot, if you've got particularly dark bags, this can work for you as well. Then I'll very lightly go around the edge of that concealer just with my finger, just tapping off the edges into the skin so that the maximum amount of pigment is on the particularly red space. Once I've done that, I leave it, I don't touch it, and then I go on, I continue with the rest of my eyes, the rest of my face. So not only is it kind of mattifying down so that when I put my foundation on over the top, it isn't going to move about, it isn't going to just swipe the concealer wherever it wants and there's no extra coverage. It's also going to provide that extra coverage. So great tip for covering up your spotty spots. Okay, so obviously next in my makeup routine I go on to my eyes. So the next one is about blending eyeshadow. Now I get this all the time. How do I learn how to blend my shadows? I can't blend my shadows. Other than practice, which is what every one of them is going to tell you to do when it comes to eyeshadow. It needs your practice, you need your time, you need to find the right tools that work for your hands and for your preferences, blah blah. My favourite tip when it comes to eyeshadow is, and you've probably heard me talk about it before, clipping the edges. I always say that. So in essence what I'll do, and you'll see in the video now, I will put down a base colour, and that will be wherever. In this instance it's all over my eyelid and it's a nice dark brown. Then I'll go in and take a relatively small but far fluffier brush, and I do not touch about 98% of the eyeshadow that I've just put down. I go in and I just take the very edge of the colour I just applied, and I, in small circular motions, start to blend that out. What that does, it starts to pick up a little bit of product that we've placed down, because when we're doing the circles it's kind of picking up a little bit of that brown, swirling it in with this new blending brush. But also it means that we're not making our colours muddy by just plonking another brush with a different colour on it straight into the other colour. So I just do that 3 times and it creates the perfect blend. It's going to take practice and it requires 100% that you use a light pressure on your brush, but that is my biggest tip, clipping the edges for eyeshadow. It's fantastic. It's helped me so much throughout the years to really like fine-tune my blending ability, and it's just wonderful and I love it and it's fantastic, and that's all I have to say on the matter. The next tip when it comes to eyes is for liner. Now all of you will know every single person on this planet has a different eye shape. We're all completely different. For the people out there that love their pencil liner in the waterline, I think a lot of people just think you have to apply it from the outer corner into the inner corner. You just do a straight black line or a straight brown line or whatever the case may be. It isn't the way that I found works best for people. I've got actually quite downturned eyes in the outer corner. To really complement my eyes, if I only apply the liner on maybe the outer 3/4 of the eye and leave the inner corner, because that's the part of my eye that's really kind of pinched, it really evens my eye out, makes everything look really symmetrical, and is far more flattering for my face. So for example, if my eyes were like this and I had a far more defined inner corner that came down a lot lower, then to even my eye shape out I might just want to put the pencil liner just on the inner portion, or if my eye kind of dips in the middle and then comes up, so we're even here and here but it goes down in the middle, just put a little bit of liner just in the middle and that will even everything out. And that's all I've done today, and you can't tell that I've got any missing in the inner corner, so that's the next one. The next tip, and everyone and their mum has heard this come out my bloody face because it's all I bloody say, is that I use orange bronzer for my bronzer and for my contour. I don't use contour shades. Anything grey toned, I don't like it on the skin. I've said it 1,000 times, but to counteract blue tones in the skin, you want to use something orangey, something far warmer. So that's why I use an orange bronzer, because it counteracts those bluey dead tones in my skin, I always call them, and it makes me seem a lot more kind of bronzy, a lot more sun-kissed. So I really recommend you guys try it. This is my favourite one at the moment from the Juvia's Place palette. Give it a go, see what you think. Now my next tip is for bronzer application. So the most important thing that I've found in my years of doing makeup is that bronzer does not get applied in this area, the actual cheek dip area, the cheekbone area. You want to apply the bronzer really high up on the cheek, because that gives the face a far more feminine look, because it raises up the cheekbone. So you look far more snatched. Miss thing. People that are still using grey toned contour shades and just going down here and doing a straight line, we're over that now. We're doing circles, we're keeping it really blendy, using a really warm bronzer tone, and we're going to keep it high up on the cheek so that our face has that amazing, beautiful lift. So it's like a facelift without a facelift. It's fucking fantastic. And then the very last tip is regarding the brows. So I was blessed at birth with very straight brows, but when I have makeup on like this, you can't tell. They definitely look like they have more of an arch. And the reason being, you can kind of trick the light into thinking that you have far more arched eyebrows, which gives you far more space on the eye as well for eyeshadow. And how I do that is I just, when I'm penciling in my brows, I make sure to outline them in the front and at the arch. At the front, I'll go far lower than where my hair actually grows, and at the arch, I'll go far higher. So what that does is creates the illusion that my eyebrow really kind of goes up at the arch because I've brought it down lower at the front. It's a strange concept, but it 100% works, and you'll see now in my before and after how much the difference that makes to my actual eyebrow. It looks like a different bloody eyebrow, and that is what I love. That's what I love about makeup, is that you can literally do anything with makeup. You can do anything. I've completely changed my eyebrow. Fantastic. I love it. It's the best. So yes, that is my quick 6 tips that will change your makeup game, change your face. You are going to be such a spicy hot mama now. I hope these tips helped. Please give them a try, see how they work for you, and let me know in the comments down below. I also have Instagram, so you can follow me or let me know on there at Emily Carman MUA. If you like this video, then please do like it, and if you want to see more from me, then feel free to subscribe for the next one. But yeah, that's it from me. I haven't got any nails on today as well. Wasn't that really sad and emotional? So hopefully in the next video I'll have shaped up a little bit. But yeah, thanks all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.